think it's funny because in my training, like everybody calls me a power builder because like I've always done a number of accessory lifts or bodybuilding style workouts. And I think for me personally, like I've always seen the value in it, because if you're only doing major lifts, like what are you doing to train the smaller muscles? Like what are you doing to balance out your imbalances? And I think the importance about bodybuilding is that you train all the muscles. And then you get to a point where you get addicted to the progress that you see from it. Like it's aesthetically pleasing. So like I'll be in there doing my triceps and I'm looking in the mirror like, oh, I got a horseshoe, like and I totally understand it, because you're visually seeing your progress like every time you go in the gym, and you feel those muscles tire, you feel the burn, and it's like, oh good, it's working. I think I noticed that it was probably not conventional for a strength athlete to do bodybuilding style accessories. And when I started coaching more and programming, like my athletes were like, what is this? They had never had it before. And they were wondering why like other coaches hadn't programmed that stuff for them before. And then, watching them get addicted to seeing aesthetic progress while getting stronger. And things that would bother them before don't bother them anymore because they're actually training all of the smaller muscles. So for me personally, I probably enjoy it a little bit more than other strength athletes, because I'm like, okay, yeah, my delts are popping, like, okay, got a nice curve here in my quads, like, oh, calves are coming in good, like I think about these things and I'm like, oh, I sound like a bodybuilder, you don't really hear strength athletes talk like that. I think, the first mantra that I adopted, and I had actually made a post about it before, is that embrace the pain. And when I first started training, like I wasn't used to feeling that kind of physical pain before. And so you get to the mindset of like you're embracing it, because you associate pain with progress. And then now it's, I don't quit when I'm tired, I quit when I'm done. And it's that mentality of like, it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter if, it's feeling like absolute shit, or, your body's not working the way you want it to, or you're tired, you've got a lot going on. Like, no, you quit when you're done. Like there's, it's a little like pun, but I'm like, there's no quit and wit, like, and I keep it, and I hold all of my clients to it as well. Like when they start getting like sluggish or tired, I see them getting lazy, like I'll snap on them, because I'm like, you didn't choose me because I was going to let you be lazy. You chose me because you knew I was going to push you to keep doing what you're here to do. Like, don't waste your own time, don't waste my time. And I like to think of my own training like that too. Like if I have an hour, am I gonna waste that time, or am I gonna do something as like efficient as possible within that hour? The reason I love squatting is just because it represents life for me. You've got all of this weight on your back, it feels heavy, it's uncomfortable, it's pressing down on you. And you're down there and you go into the hole, and then you have two options. You can either stay down in the hole and let it crush you, or you can stand up. And like I always choose to stand up in life and in squat. I think like a standard that I hold myself to, especially with everything that I've been through in my life, is just that I've been through worse, and that sentence actually goes through my head quite a bit. Like whenever something bad happens or life doesn't go the way I want, if I start to feel myself get upset, I'm like, I've been through worse. And it allows you to have this clear focus when you go into any situation, no matter how stressful. And having that focus and that purpose of knowing, well, if I've gotten through these things, I can get through anything. And when you have that confidence in yourself, you handle yourself a lot better, and your thoughts are more positive, your actions are more positive, and then you start seeing those things manifest because you, like in your energy and your purpose and your mindset it's already in the future. You're not concerned with something trivial. Whenever you're doing something that's different, or you're going in a different way, and that's normal, going off into a different path, you're gonna have people that oh, you shouldn't do that, or you can't do that, or that's not for you, or you're not good enough. And you'll hear all these things in your head, and you're gonna hear them for the rest of your life. So I think the mentality that you have to go into is that it's irrelevant. You know, like, nobody can control how you feel. Only you can control how you feel. So if you're giving them power over your emotions and your thoughts, you're giving that to them. You're offering that to them. So I'm just like, well, that's them. You know, that's not me. You know, I know what I want. I know what I want to do. I believe in myself. And then that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks.